go back to kickboxing with Shane Mcgrew.
This fight really interests me. I watched the pre-fight interviews with both of these guys. Now, Shane Mcgrew seems like a very tough kid who grew up with older brothers. He had to be tough. You see that with the Diaz brothers. You see that with some of the best fighters. Brothers make good fighters because they have to be tough.
Yeah.
But
when I interviewed him, he told when he actually moved states, him and his family.
Yep, I saw that.
They went to a rough school, and it was almost like it was dog eat dog, and you had to be ready. So that's initially what got him into the sport. More just like, hey, I can defend myself. Then he ended up falling in love with it. He's just a bright character.
Now, we got Logan Shuck coming to the cage right now. This kid really interests me too because the way he approaches the game. He says he's been training since he was 4 years old in Taekwondo, traditional martial arts, and then he eventually started branching out, doing Dutch-style kickboxing, which that's super good for MMA. Dutch and Thai-style kickboxing. Also, he does jiu-jitsu. He's dedicated to that, so he seems really well-rounded, and he approaches things in a really cerebral way. You can tell he's a student of the game.
And describe what Dutch-style kickboxing is to a lot of us that maybe are new to it and don't understand the different variations.
Well, you got Thai-style kickboxing and Dutch-style kickboxing. Those are really the most dominant types of kickboxing and styles. Now, Thai-style kickboxing is focused a lot more on clinch work, low kicks, and elbows. These Dutch guys, they were the first guys in the world to start beating the Thais, and they would come over, and the real big change in the way they did things was they used their hands. They started getting really good at boxing, sharpening up their boxing. Guys like Ramon Decker would come over, and he was the first guy to start beating the Thais at their own game, and it was because of that boxing.
Wow. So this will be an interesting matchup then with Mcgrew and Shuck, both making their debut here tonight professionally, with Mcgrew fighting out of Scott Depot, West Virginia. Shuck out of Cumberland, Maryland.
Coming all the way from Maryland too. I mean, this kid's serious. He's dedicated to this sport.
I was going to say, that's a long haul. You're talking maybe 4 or 5 hour drive in order to get here.
Now we got Shane Mcgrew coming out to the Bee Gees. We've had some good walkouts in these last couple bouts.
So now here comes Mcgrew making his way to the ring with Shuck already in. I think the good thing about the Bee Gees is that they're good to mimic, or you can almost sort of kind of sound like it almost.
Yeah. It's kind of like Creed, you know what I mean? I feel like anybody can sing a Creed song.
Yeah, I was going to say, you just get that deep bass in your voice. You can still come off like Scott Stapp if you need to.
This, honestly, I would consider this one of the sleeper fights of the night.
Yeah.
I expect this to be a very good fight.
And this will be kickboxing in the kickboxing realm, 137-pound weight division. And we've seen a lot of these lower weight divisions really be a lot of the more wiry, quick fights.
That's when you see guys that are way more technical because they have to be. Guys that are this fast, they've got to be sharp. You got to be sharp when you get into the lower weight classes.
Because it's going to be a lot harder to just apply your weight onto somebody and make it be efficient.
You can't rely on your power as much.
Yeah.
You have to be technical.
So now Mcgrew and Shuck ready to go to battle here in our 11th fight of the evening. Again, for just joining us, this is the 11th of now 18 fights. And this will be another kickboxing contest between these two young gentlemen.
Two bright up-and-comers in this sport.
And I see Mcgrew fighting a more dirtier type fight. And I see Shuck
trying to keep him at range.
Yeah, and I see Shuck being real clean.
Smart, technical. It's the way he seems to approach this, very cerebral.
Oh.
Mcgrew trying to go to work on the legs early on.
Mcgrew's being real active. That's good. He's leading the dance right now, dictating the pace. Good high kick there. He barely blocked it.
He's really kick-oriented.
That's nice.
Went for a leg there. That was interesting.
Shuck trying to move in here as he tries to land a left jab. Nice kick there by Mcgrew.
I really like how active Mcgrew's being.
But everything that Shuck's thrown has been precise.
Oh, yeah, but Mcgrew's not giving him time to settle in.
Right.
That's the big thing.
Oh.
That was a mistake.
Yeah, too close to throw that. I mean,
got to be careful with those high risk, high reward techniques.
You know, it's like you think of it in your head and you think that it's going to be amazing, and then you do it, and then it's kind of like, oh, I should have done it. You know what I mean?
Those techniques is something you got to be drilling a million times.
Man, that was a nice overhand left.
And a nice kick.
Lands another
He's really
low
going
kick.
for those leg kicks.
And both these fighters is real compact, and I mean real
Shuck
precise.
is having a lot of trouble finding his range so far. Like, he's throwing some good combinations, clean, but he's just right outside of range.
I think what Shuck needs to do, he needs to get him up against Cage like he's doing now, and he needs to go to work on him, get low, work the body a little bit, and then come up with some power shots.
He's going to have to really watch that high kick.
Mcgrew looks like he's hurt.
There we go.
Oh, yeah.
And that's exactly what I was.
Mcgrew is hurt. He's hurt.
Yeah, he's
hurt to the body, I believe.
Yeah, it looked like maybe his
maybe
right
a
leg.
liver or no. Might be a.
I think he's hurt to the body.
Yeah, he's hurt to the
He
body.
grabbed this
Oh, no, it looks like it's right leg maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I thought it was a problem with his shin guard.
Was it a liver shot?
It looks. Oh, no,
it's his knee.
Oh.
Yeah, he may have come down on it wrong a moment ago.
When he threw that high kick.
I don't know if he can put pressure on it.
Yeah,
right now.
he's injured his knee.
Goodness,
That's
man.
an unfortunate way for this fight to end.
And here's the replay. You can look at what's happening. You can see Shuck right here. I mean, he's putting pressure on
right
him,
there.
and you can see
Right there when he threw that low kick and stepped back down on it.
Almost reminds me kind of like a Charlie Wars situation.
Well, sometimes you step like coming from a guy who's blown his knee out. You step on your knee at a weird angle. You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, especially that's almost exactly what happened to me. Is I was throwing a kick, put that foot back down, and that's when you feel it. When you put that weight back down on it.
Man, and I feel so bad for Mcgrew right now too, because I mean this was a great fight.
He was giving a great performance.
Yeah.
And he was winning the fight.
Yeah,
Let's just say that he was winning this fight.
He was definitely leading it on.
He had landed almost 2 high kicks that were very close to being flush.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, just having the interview with him, you could tell he was super excited. He was very laid back. Even like when we wasn't recording, like off camera, just the conversations we was having, you can tell he's just a bright, jolly kid, man. So I feel bad that he ended in the way that it ended tonight.
This should end as, I would say, an injury TKO.
Yeah.
Man, you got to give it up to Logan Shuck, though. He looked good.
Absolutely.
Both guys look good. And I'm sure we're going to be seeing them again.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And like you said, this is one of more of the sleeper fights, but one of the best fights.
Oh, yeah. This was, by far, I think, one of the most technical fights of the night so far.
Absolutely.
And Chet definitely seemed like more of a technical boxer with the way he was attacking in that situation.
He was throwing some sharp combos. He just hadn't quite found his range yet.
Yeah. And you can see they're checking the knee out right now. They're making sure that nothing crazy's went on, you know.
It looks like it was just below the knee, about above his calf is where the pain was when I was watching.
Yeah, so I haven't seen him flex it or anything else.
And you know, it could be a ligament issue too.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Well, it seemed stable. That's one good thing. Like it seemed like he wasn't having too much trouble putting weight on it. He's putting weight on it now.
He's not buckling out.
So hopefully, like an ACL tear, something that severe, you would see a lot of instability, and you don't see that here. So hopefully, it's nothing major, and he'll be back in the game before you know it.
And he's able to put a little weight on it, but not much. But yes, again, hopefully he's going to be okay.
Give it up for Logan Shuck, injury TKO. Hate to see a fight end like that, but it's part of this sport.
That's our 4th straight TKO in a row here, fellas. Again, after we had a string of 3-round decisions, you know, we've seen knockouts and stoppages on all of the last 4 fights, all of them in the